We are live at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway on NASCAR 21 Ignition. It is a nice 69-degree evening, and we are set for the final race, the elimination race of the round of 12 of the playoffs at the high banks again at Daytona. 400 miles, 160 laps will decide not only the winner, but also the next and only other 7 drivers that will continue their quest for this NASCAR 21 Ignition Custom Schedule Season Championship. As you see, there are fireworks in the pre-race. I'm sure there will be fireworks throughout the course of tonight's race as well. And as usual, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, realistic commentary, of course, as always, with NASCAR video game and real races, full races at that, on a daily to weekly basis. So thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. I am pumped up almost more than ever before. And let me tell you what, this is going to be a very, hopefully, fun evening of racing here tonight at Daytona. We have seen some wild races at Daytona. Some crazy things have happened in the channel's history at Daytona. And I'm sure we will add to that one way or another tonight, whether it be for the pretty side of things due to great racing, or the chaotic side of things that maybe with the pretty good racing and with the ugly side of NASCAR 21 Ignition. We'll just have to wait and see. The unknown really is about to begin here very shortly. Before we go through the unknown, we have to go through the starting lineup for tonight's race, and that will be the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolets on the front row of Alex Bowman and William Byron. Byron, of course, won at Michigan in the first race of the round of 12, so he is already on his way to the round of 8. One of the 7 drivers locked in. Alex Bowman comes in final driver above the cutoff line, only 2 points to the good. Eric Almirola, Bubba Wallace will line up in row number 2 for tonight's race, both non-playoff drivers there. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick in row 3. Stenhouse, non-playoff driver, just won the last playoff race last night on our way out at Homestead Miami Speedway at the other track in Florida. Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez will line up in row 4. Austin Dillon's had himself a pretty good playoff run so far, but he sits 4 points below the cutoff line coming into tonight's race. Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Hamlin one to look out for. Mr. Daytona himself on the outside of the row. Both those drivers are somewhat comfortably above the cutoff line. Our driver, Christopher Bell, qualified 13th. He is going to be starting even further back in the field for tonight's race, or I should say, not going to be sitting as good in the points is what I meant to say. For tonight's race, he is 14 points to the good, went in 29 points to the good into last night's race, but unfortunately a 32nd place finish, 13 laps down due to being involved in multiple accidents, hindered his progress into having a solid points night. So that cutoff line is definitely pretty close between really about 4 drivers right now that could potentially be upset. And of course, anybody could win at Daytona as well. Furfur Express, Billy Kramer, Joshua Rumsey, NZ Jr., Billy Kramer, and many others. Welcome to the stream. 13 people watching. We haven't even gotten the race underway yet. Hopefully no glitches tonight. I have a backup plan to get this race in if we do have a speed glitch at Daytona under the lights. But for right now, the green flag is in the air, and we're underway. Let's go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Who will be the final 7 drivers to make it to the round of 8? Bell burps the throttles. They're getting up to speed off the exit of turn 2. David Reagan starting to lose that lead pack. 3x3 racing on the back straightaway at the front of the field. Larson turns Bell! Oh no! Are you kidding me? Retaliation again between the rivals of Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. Larson slides to the inside of the racetrack. He's in the grass trying to get the car going back in the right direction. Tempers have flared once again between the 2 rivals throughout this season, and it happens on lap 1 as they run side by side down the back straightaway. Bell trying to get back up to speed again. How damaged is the front of the race car? Larson just pulled a Harvick. Oh my god. Fireworks on lap 1 down the back straightaway. He just turned him. Larson fell back to about 15th, having to check up after turning Bell. Bell luckily does not have a blown tire. He's going to stay on the racetrack and try to stay on the lead lap and just hope for a caution at this point. Oh my goodness. I'm smiling because I'm shocked, but that is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. On lap 1 of all things, and of all drivers, Larson. Again, these two have had an off and on rivalry throughout most of the season. It all started back midway through the regular season at Dover when Kyle Larson had turned Christopher Bell. When they were battling for, at the time, second place, both had a good shot to win. Bell came out of the pits after having to repair his right front after blowing a tire. Turned Larson, costing him a shot at the win late. The rivalry was cooled off until the playoffs began at New Hampshire, and the two made contact on 3 different occasions through that race, where Larson got into Bell first, then Bell got back into Larson immediately after. Back and forth they went another time, where Larson got into Bell. Bell turned him again. And now here at Daytona in the round of 12 finale, Kyle Larson has dumped Christopher Bell. For what is now the 4th time in this feud. And Larson comes into this race one of the few drivers above the cutoff line on a very narrow margin. He's only 3 points to the good coming into this. He's the only one of the 16 drivers who made the playoffs who does not have a win, and still at this point does not have a win. He has finished in the top 10 in 4 of the first 5 playoff races. The only one he did not finish in the top 10 in was last night, but he outran some other guys below the cutoff line, hence the reason why he has a very little margin over those other drivers. I'm beyond shocked of what has happened early on. Bell's got no drafting help right now. It doesn't look like a lot of the speed has been knocked out of this race car, though. He's still going about 194 miles an hour in corner entry into turn 1. Somehow, with the damage, Christopher Bell, again, does not have a lot of speed knocked out of the race car, and he was very fortunate to not blow a tire either. He's got to stay on the racetrack, though. Has to stay on the racetrack and just really hope for the best at this point. You'd hate to see Bell miss the playoffs. Or I should say miss the next round of the playoffs because of this. He sits 14 points to the good. So let's say somebody below the cutoff line wins this race tonight. If somebody below the cutoff line wins tonight's race, Christopher Bell would have to be able to outscore that next driver, I should say the first driver below the cutoff line, by 12 positions. So although it's not a big buffer, with no stages, it may make it a little bit easier. But just like last night, he's going to have to try to survive. It is Daytona. We could see a caution, though I'm surprised we didn't see a caution right there, to be completely honest. Shocking to me that we didn't get a yellow. Hope the next patch is released next week. I just can't believe he turned us. We were halfway down the back straightaway. We were on the inside of David Reagan. I don't think anybody else got collected, though, really, either. I think somehow he perfectly hooked us. Everybody missed, and we spun down to the grass in turn 3. For the most part, everybody missed. And no caution, of all things. William Byron is leading the race. That is a good sign for right now, at least. Byron, again, has already gotten 1 win in the round. He's the only playoff driver locked into the round of 7. The round of 8. 7 entries still remain. The next highest playoff driver is Alex Bowman, who's only 2 points above the cutoff line. He qualified on the pole. He is currently 3rd. Almirola, non-playoff driver as well in 2nd. He has won 1 race in the playoffs so far. That was in the round of 16 at Nashville. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. Well, at least we don't have to worry about a speed glitch right now. We get over 10 laps in the race, I don't think we're going to have it at all either, so. At least we won't have a speed glitch, but man, that is just unfortunate. nothing of really Bell's own fault. It's just an ongoing rivalry. That's why you hate to have rivalries when the playoffs come around. And this has to be, in my opinion, of all NASCAR games we've played, of all seasons we've done on the channel now in the just over year and a half this channel has been around, this has to be the biggest rivalry I think that we've had, knowing how it's escalated step by step into the playoffs. And the fact that it was 4 races between the two's last incident is just crazy. Chase Elliott up to third, Kyle Busch up there. There are a lot of playoff drivers battling inside the top 5, top 3 right now. We've seen Bowman, Kyle Busch, Elliott up there. Obviously, Byron is leading. Issues that the AI aren't. Well, we weren't even 3 wide though. That's the crazy thing. We were just side by side down the. They were 3 wide in front of us, but where we were at, there was a little bit of a gap between us and then the top 8 because David Reagan didn't have as good of a restart as Larson and Bell. And instead of side drafting Bell, he just turned him. He just right hooked him into the wall. I will guarantee you, when we see Larson again in this race. When we see him again in this race, Bell is going to be getting some retaliation here. Especially considering Larson is one of the drivers barely above the cutoff line right now. As they run, Bell would be eliminated from the playoffs, I'd have to assume. But it's only lap 11 of 160. Like the Red Sox and Yankees rivalry. Yeah, it's getting ugly, that's for sure. To right hook somebody at Daytona on lap 1 like that, I mean, that's just insane. It wasn't like it was like the end of the race. It was like first chance he saw us, he hooks us. Unbelievable. I see a couple, or more than a couple, there's some backmarker cars in a pack that Bell is faster than even by himself. We had seen that on the first 4 super speedway races this season, whether it was in lap traffic or Bell starting at the rear, that there were a group of the Rick Ware cars. You could see Brendan, I guess Noah Gregson for points paying purposes for the career mode is up there. BJ McLeod, Quinn Half is probably in that pack too, I'd have to imagine. So those guys are all drafted together. Bell should be able to catch those guys. He's going to try to get around him. He's got to be patient, but at the same time, he's got to get going at the same time. Yep, this is the cutoff race in the round of 12. The round of 8 races start on Sunday afternoon at Martinsville. So Martinsville on Sunday will be the next live stream for the custom schedule season. And then on Monday, we will race at the Charlotte Roval. And then sometime next week, we'll run the Bristol Night Race for the elimination race of the round of 8 before the Championship 4 race at Talladega. So those are the final 4 races remaining. That's assuming we make it to the next round, of course. Bell running very poorly early on. But again, nothing of his own doing. Most of that pack is single file, by the way, at the back. So hopefully that'll make it easier for Bell. Yeah, this is our own rivalry system. I mean, all the pieces of the puzzle are lining right. Remember just 2 races ago in the last, well, really the last time Larson and Bell raced around each other for position, especially, was at Michigan. They battled for the lead for much of the second half of that race on alternating strategies. They had a great back and forth battle with about 40 laps to go. Passed each other back, again, I mean, back and forth. It was plain and simple. It was great racing, probably some of the best racing we have seen in NASCAR 21 Ignition. And those drivers finished 2nd and 3rd in that race. So the good thing is for Bell is that he would have the tiebreaker versus literally anybody except for Reddick, because Reddick also has a 2nd place finish. He finished 2nd last night at Homestead. Christopher Bell finishing 2nd at Michigan. If it does come down to a tie, will likely have the tiebreaker over anybody except for Reddick, which the next best tiebreaker would be the 2nd best finish of the round. Which obviously the 32nd place finish in the last race at Fort Bell was not good. But then again, now that I think about it, Reddick finished 34th, if I remember correctly, in the first race of the round. So I think we would have the tiebreaker even over Reddick because the 32nd is better than 34th. So even though it wasn't a good finish, literally Bell would have the tiebreaker over anybody tonight. Unless whoever finishes second is the one we're tied with tonight. Assuming it's not Martin Truex Jr., who we finished better than in the other race that wasn't the second place finish. It's, I guess we're not going to have the tiebreaker. Andrew Gamer 87, welcome to the stream, by the way. So here's that pack of cars. They're now back to 2x2 again. They were single file for a little bit. It's a 5-car group. Bell is going to catch him, and he's going to be very aggressive here. He's going to try to pass him as quick as possible. He's got a big run in the draft after catching these guys. 3 wide down to the inside. He got a little loose off turn 2, trying to make an aggressive cut. Bell's going to work early, and he's up to 35th. So now goes from only having 1 point scored for the night to 2. Timmy Hill, Joey Gase, Corey LaJoie, and another pack further up ahead. Looks like James Davidson's trying to cling on to the draft of Bell. Bell having the faster car. We'll see again if he can pull away. And the leaders are coming, by the way. The leaders are hauling right now. They're about to put those guys a lap down. Bell needs to stay on the lead lap. He's got speed, but he lost so much time after spinning into the grass and running by himself. He's faster than the slower pack of cars that he just passed, but he is definitely not going to be faster than those leaders who are drafting together. It looks like there's about 6 to 7 of them. I don't think Larson's in that pack either, so it's not like we could... Well, that's the thing. If we go a lap down, we can't just wreck somebody, because we'll get trapped a lap down. Even if the game does score it correctly. And if it doesn't score it correctly, then, you know, we'll go 2 laps down, so that would not be a very good decision. I mean, if we're going to wreck Larson, it's going to have to be in the next round if I make it, or it's going to have to be if we're battling for position later tonight. Fuel window is 35 to 40 laps as of the Daytona 500 and the second race of the season we ran at Daytona, that 100 lap event, at 50% race. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Well, this is the craziness that is the custom schedule playoffs. We saw it with the career mode, how crazy it was at times. We saw it with the custom schedule seasons in NASCAR Heat 5. We saw it with Thunder 04 with the crazy crashes we had at certain tracks. That had really nothing to do with the schedule so much as it did just the tracks we were at, but it happened to be on the custom schedule season. And now the instances that we have seen tonight and even earlier in the playoffs, the great race we had at Michigan, the wild fuel mileage race at New Hampshire, we have seen some crazy moments in the playoffs, to say the least. Now, that slower pack is slowing down the leaders. And the next pack of backmarker cars... Are you kidding me? The game glitched out again. Bella's just blowing a right front tire. The lights turned on, the track went dark, and Bell ends up in the wall in turn 3. From bad to worse for Christopher Bell. That was the game that time. The light, so we had that issue at another track this season, but luckily I didn't hit anything, and now Bell's in the inside wall. Oh my goodness. Talk about trying to defy the odds tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot script what has gone on in the first 20 laps of this race. I don't think the game lagged. The game lagged, but the lights turned on. We had this issue at another track this season where the lights turned on and the game went dark and it kind of flashed on me. But we didn't blow a tire. We got lucky we didn't blow a tire. This time we blew a tire. Bell out there trying to repair some damage. He's definitely 1 lap down. Now the good news is he's going to stay out when they all pit. And hopefully he has not knocked even more speed out of the race car. He's going to have to stay on the apron of the racetrack. There's a pack of 2 and 3 wide racing coming up the way. And Bell's right back to last place again, it looks like. Oh, boy. Probably shouldn't have transitioned from the flat to the bank into the track in the middle of the corner. The car got really light. Hello, TikTok and Instagram. Animation Anime 90, welcome to the stream. Dodgers and Harvick Fantasy in the chat, too. I was in Larson's box. Of all things that could have happened. Alright, so Bell's getting up to speed. We'll see the single car speed if he's still got it. Now, at least the lights are on, so we won't have that glitch again. But I need the next patch, like, in the middle of this race if we're going to make it to the next round at this point. This is insane, because now we're a lap down. I think Bell still somehow got speed in the race car after cracking the wall twice. Yeah, he's still 190 miles an hour on his own down the back straightaway. So this car still, after hitting the wall twice now, has speed. He's got pressured tires, which isn't going to really do much on the super speedways, but we'll see. We'll see. Bare minimum tonight for Bell to make it position-wise, no matter who wins, if they're below the cutoff line, even if it's Martin Truex Jr. who wins, who's the lowest below the cutoff line, and then second through whatever would be the next playoff drivers in descending order. Back to Christopher Bell. For Bell to make it to the next round, he can only get outscored by 34 points. We would have a 12-point cushion over Bowman as going into the race. So if Bowman, let's say, finishes second, we get a driver below the cutoff line to win. Larson finishes, obviously, high enough ahead of us to get points as well. Trying to think in my head here and do the quick math. 35. So we'd have to score 23 points, which would be a 14th place finish. So if Bell finishes 14th or better tonight, he will make it to the next round. Because there are no stages in this game. Drafting off of Justin Haley, who's by his lonesome self. Bell carries the speed into 3, blows by Haley. Well, Bell needs this to stay green until everybody cycles through. Green flag stops now. Next patch comes out early next week. Yeah, I haven't looked on Twitter or anything. Is there any way I could get the patch, like, in the middle of this race? Somehow get it downloaded? Please. Just a catastrophic first 20 laps. If Christopher Bell could fight out of this hole to get a top 14 finish to make it to the next round, then that's crazy. So, again, no matter if Bowman finishes second, Larson finishes third, and we get a winner below the cutoff line, Bell has to finish 14th or better to make the playoffs. 14th would be the tie, of course. He has the tiebreaker over anybody. The second place finish at Michigan. Well, yeah. So we already went over the tiebreaker situation. Now, Austin Dillon is leading this race, by the way. He is below the cutoff line. So there is that. Denny Hamlin's in second. He comes in the highest driver on points above the cutoff line. Him and Kyle Busch looking comfortably like they should be able to make it to the round of 8, no problem tonight. I was hoping for something wild and chaotic tonight. I did not think that this was going to happen in the first 20 laps. I mean, it was just like, I've never seen that bad of like the game just kind of glitching out when the lights turned on. Oh, it was the Coke 600. That's right. I remember now. It was the Coke 600 that happened to us earlier this season. Because the race started in the daytime, and then like halfway through the race when the lights turned on, the game just like flickered back and forth for about a lap or two. I think we hit the wall a couple times, but we didn't blow a tire. We had our issues later in the Coke 600, but Not at that time. Unfortunately, we blew a tire. It was right on corner entry into turn 3. Like, if it was on the straightaway, I think we would have been all right. But it was just bad timing that we were right on corner entry. David Reagan, after qualifying the top 10s all the way back to 27th. He has won this race before, the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. 17 people watching right now, 5 likes. Hit that like button. And subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Realistic commentary with full race live streams, both for real races on the race weekend when the season starts back up again, as well as these NASCAR video game full-length races. Big blocking going on down the back straightaway between Ross Chastain, David Reagan, Ryan Newman. A little 3-car pack here that Bell is closing in on quickly. Chastain slides up the track a little bit in the middle of the corner. The rest of the field should be pitting in about, really within the next 10 to 15 laps. Bell checks up just a hair off the exit of turn 4 as he makes a 3-wide pass, side drafting the 42 of Chastain and getting around him as well. Bell is going to be aggressive here to the end of this race. He needs to be bold. We saw that even before the flat right front tire, and it was working out for him, but definitely going to have to make this ground up. Definitely going to have to not repair any damage either. I didn't want to repair damage, but I had to make that abrupt pit stop, and we made the minimal repairs, so that cost us a bit of time as well. And Josh Bilicki in 39th, who is well a lap down. That is the next driver for position. He is in this pack of straggling lead lap / lap cars. So Bell would get 1 point for finishing position until he finishes 35th. Then it'd be 2 points, 3 points for 34th on up. Each spot is 1 point. Had a bit of a run. Looks to the inside of Josh Bilicki. Eric Jones going to pull down in front of the 20. That was a pass for position, though, on Bilicki. Leaderboard hasn't registered yet for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Bell gets around the 43 of Eric Jones as well. I'm not sure why it's still showing us at 40th. There's no way we're 2 laps down. There's no way. We weren't on pit road that long. And Daytona is such a big track, we should only be 1 lap down. But it's still scoring us in last. That's scary, to be completely honest. I don't know why we're a lap down. Well, I mean, I know why we're 1 lap down, but we should not be 2 laps down. Took a little bit of time repairing the damage, but it wasn't that long. And again, this track is so big, I knew we were going to lose 1 lap, but no way. We would have had to have been on pit road for over 1.5 minutes if we were 2 laps down. Because you would think ideally we'd be back on the lead lap once everything cycles through. We lost a little bit of time, but luckily we blew the tire in turn 3, so we didn't lose that much time coming into the pits either. Oh, you know what? It's because the game turned us into the wall. It's because when we were in the pit lane and we were parked sideways against the wall, it probably cost us an extra lap. I didn't think that we were still in the pits as long as that was, but oh, gonna go to the outside of Stenhouse. Off the exit of turn 2. Again, Bell's still got speed in the race car. He's gonna try to make this time up. I think Nashville Fairgrounds would ever replace Dover. I hope not. I would hope not. SMI owns it. Well, I guess they own Dover now, too. That's the problem. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if SMI runs the fairgrounds, they now have ownership of Dover. It'd have to be another SMI date. Dover's such a unique racetrack that I would like them to keep Dover on the schedule. And just whatever track you have 2 races on a mile and a half, whether that be Texas, primarily Texas, but even if it's like Atlanta or Vegas, you know, you don't have to go to the same track twice. Especially a mile and a half. So ideally, I'd like to see one of those 3 go away, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. James Davidson, 38th, up here in this pack as well. Bell's got speed, so it looks like we're 2 laps down. Thought we were only 1 lap down, but I guess Bell is 2 laps down. Troubling times for Christopher Bell in his quest to try and make it to the round of 12. Still caution-free in this race, too. He's got to run. He's not going to be super aggressive off the exit of turn 4 this time. Expecting these guys to be blocking and lane changing quite a bit in the tri-oval. Didn't want to get squeezed. Now he goes to the inside, 3 wide. Doesn't want to be 3 wide on corner entry. Bell backs out. He knows he's much faster. He's trying to time it out right. Now he's going to go. Now he's really going to push off the exit of turn 2. Looking to the inside. James Davidson with a block. Bell got into the back of him. The car kind of slid out from underneath him. He was able to catch it, luckily, because they were on the flat part of the straightaway. But just going to have to get through these guys. Can't wreck the car again, or just, I mean, he's running out of opportunities already. We're only on lap 35. It's only 6 cars, but knowing how aggressive the AI have been already in this race and how they are typically at Daytona in this game, or any track really in this game, makes it even more difficult. 14 of Briscoe is there. Bell got to get underneath him in the middle of the corner. Follows Reddick, who made it through. Not a lot of drafting help, though, right now for Christopher Bell. He's got nobody to draft with. Briscoe's got everybody on the outside, so at least they're single file. Now the problem is Bell had no drafting help to get around these guys. He's pushing hard. Again, single car speed, but side drafts the 14 on corner entry into turn 3. He clears him off the exit of 4. Bit of a checkup and a push to the back of Tyler Reddick. Oh, we got cars checking up. Cars are pitting. Cars are pitting. Caution's out. Caution's out. It wasn't the 20 and the 99 that brought the caution out, though. Bell's going to stay out of the pits. Bell's going to stay out of the pits. So he should have gotten a lap back there. Green flag back in the air at Daytona. Ooh, there's Kyle Larson. I was going to have to watch it. This is a little bit of a dangerous situation here. That is not a caution Bell needed. So the caution came out somewhere else because Suarez and Bell weren't exactly turned at that point yet. I know I'm below the WL line, but I'm not advancing my position either because I'm obviously multiple laps down. Bell is trapped 2 laps down now. That is a very troubling situation. They're all checking up, though. They may be pitting. Bell's expecting them to pit, so he is checking up as well. Let's see if they do it off the exit of turn 4. And they are. Oh, they're pitting. They're wrecking. They are wrecking. Bell's got nowhere to go. He gets into the back of Keselowski. Sliding down into the grass. He was trapped on the inside lane with nowhere to go. They were crashing into the pit lane, and Bell's crashing too. Caution's out again. Our second of the race at Daytona. More carnage. Survival of the fittest kind of night. Travis Glanton, welcome to the stream. More damage being repaired on the 20 of Christopher Bell. Had a feeling they were going to pit with how slow they were rolling around the racetrack, and especially off the exit of turn 4, but Bell was trapped on the inside, and with everybody coming into the pits, he had nowhere to go. And he was trying to just go as low as he could for as long as he could, trying to find a hole, and it just didn't work out for him. Let's see if they're going to pit again after this restart. We're at lap 49, following the second caution of the day. Not as big of a checkup this time. They may not be pitting, but they're going 3 wide to the bottom, underneath Almirola and Larson. Definitely trying to be more aggressive with the restart. Definitely needs to be. David Reagan is still there. Kyle Larson on the outside. Bell down low on the inside. Now this car is demolished for Christopher Bell right now. He is having troubles getting up to speed. Nobody is pitting off turn 4 this time. Whatever speed Bell had left in the car, and now the 36 of Reagan just shot Bell into the grass in the tri-oval. What a save by Christopher Bell. He runs 39th somehow, though. Maybe one driver's out of the race. And a giant pack of cars at the front of the field. I mean, that was a big hit to the back of the 2 of Keselowski, and finally all the speed is just knocked out of the 20 of Bell. Yeah, single car speed, Bell is only running about 183 right now. David Reagan just about wrecked him in the trial, fortunately. Speed could be worse than the 20, but obviously it's not great either. Denny Hamlin leads. At least it is a driver that is well above the cutoff line. Yeah, I saw that. Michigan favored by 11 points. We're down to 110 laps to go already to lap 51. Considering we're at least 2 laps down. We should only be 1 lap down, but we're at least 2. And we're probably more than that with the cautions coming out. Knowing this game and its glitches there, I wouldn't be surprised if we're like 3 or 4 laps down. Even though we should only ideally be 1 lap down. What a night. Bell fought hard last night, and he was able to get 4 extra points just by running 13 laps down, staying with everybody. He is catching this pack that is 2 and 3 wide all the way through the field. Well, most of the field at least. Sure, there's a group that is pulled away. You can kind of see them up in the tri-oval now, as this group is about halfway between the tri-oval, turn 4, 3x3 themselves into the tri-oval. 53. Be dangerous for Bell to get through this pack, but I mean, he's gonna have to, right? He's got no choice but to try to drive through this. Even though they're, I mean, you can just see how crazy they are. Definitely not running in a consistent straight line. Bell's back to 191 miles an hour getting into the corner. Not all the speed is wrecked out of the car. Some of it is. He's definitely not as fast as he once was. He was going about 194 at one point on his own. Now he's only going about 190, 191. Single car speed. Obviously, he had decent single car speed to qualify 13th. Bell's got a gigantic run off the exit of turn 4. And he's on the inside of Matt DiBenedetto in the 21, who happens to be in 38th. Let him scatter in the tri-oval. DiBenedetto with a bold move on the outside. Squeezing and sandwiching the 14 of Briscoe between Newman and himself. Look at the slowdown in the middle of the corner, down to about 165 miles an hour. What is going on towards the front of this pack? Bell's just going to stay on the bottom and hope for the best. He's not going to take it 3 wide. If he can at all help it. Going to just consistently stay on the bottom. Little shot to the back of Anthony Alfredo. William Byron forcing himself in the middle between his Hendrick teammates. Looked like him. Oh boy, man. Around goes Bell again. They stacked up. They stacked up into turn 1. No chance to get out of the gas. Excuse me. Bell is spun to the inside of the racetrack. This is just ridiculous. And there go the leaders. Some of them, at least. Denny Hamlin, the race leader, was one of those drivers. Bell's another lap down. I mean, there was no way we were getting through that. Even just trying to be patient and stay on the bottom, they just stacked up, and then we were the one that turned. Alfredo didn't spin. No, we clipped the back of Alfredo. You would think he would be the car that spins, not me. With no stability helping this game, you make just a sliver of contact, and away you go. Well, they were wrecking coming into the pits once. We had a caution in the middle of green flag pit stops once as well. Maybe they keep wrecking in the pits and we get more DNFs. That's what happened last night, that Bell was able to finish 32nd instead of last. He's obviously 39th, as it looks to be that we have one driver out of the race, so maybe that could happen. Just cannot get outscored by Kurt Busch by more than 14 points, considering Bell is the tiebreaker. Austin Dillon can't outscore him by 14 points is what Kurt Busch would have to beat us by. Austin Dillon would have to beat us by 16 points, assuming that we don't get a winner below the cutoff line. Tyler Reddick would have to beat us by a lot more positions than even that. He was 14 points below, so he would have to beat us by 28 positions. I just saw Kyle Larson's up to 5th place. Unbelievable. Yo Mama, welcome to the stream. Royal Joy's up to 7. 62 car up to 9th. I want to see Georgia win a national championship for the first time since 1980. I want to see Michigan win the first championship in my life. Never seen them win a men's basketball or football championship. Hell, I haven't even seen Michigan win a Big Ten championship, let alone a national championship, as far as football goes. Basketball, I've seen them do it a few times in recent years. Let's see, Austin Dillon's in 5th place right now. That is not good. Still have 100 laps to go, but Austin Dillon is currently in 5th. and he would have to outscore Bell by 16 positions. Obviously, him in 5th, Bell in 39th. That is well more than 16 positions. And pretty much everybody, I'd have to assume, pitted under that last caution. So that automatically tells me that these guys are going to be able to go. Restart at lap 49, probably going to be able to go to close to about lap 90 on fuel. Comment in the chat for you guys. What do you think? Oh, Larson's back to 14th now. He's no longer in 5th. Probably just got shuffled back in the pack. Chris Buescher inside the top 3. Kyle Busch, 4th. Trying to see where all the playoff drivers are. Hamlin still leading. Anyway, comment down in the chat below. I'd like to see your predictions for tonight's race. Do you think Christopher Bell is going to be able to overcome the odds and the current deficit, likely below the cutoff line as we run with less than 100 laps to go at Daytona, and be able to win this, or not win this race? I don't think we're going to win the race, but advance into the next round. I'm going to try to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. I think Martin Truex Jr. is inside the top 5 now. If it looked like he made his way up to 4th. Yeah, Truex is up to 2nd place. That is not a driver Bell would want to win, even though he is below the cutoff line and be good for Joe Gibbs Racing, but it would not be good for Christopher Bell. It would be the best of things to happen for one of the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas, but it would be the demise of another. Yep, he is in 2nd. Things are not looking good for Christopher Bell. Got to see the engine through the hood. This car still got some fight in it. This car's going into the Joe Gibbs Racing Museum if we can make it to the next round with this junk car. This could be kind of like what Kyle Larson's car looked like at the Roval back in 2018 when he made it by 1 point through the round of 16 when his car was just completely junked after getting taken out in the Tums Heartburn turn. And then he ended up NASCAR, or video game moving it on the front stretch chicane, just throwing it into the wall to pass that one car who stalled out before he fired it back up and got it going again. Like, that's going to be us tonight. We're just going to carry this red car. I still don't know how we're even hitting 187 miles an hour going into turn 3. Massive aerodynamic deficiencies on this Irwin Tools Toyota Camry. Chase Elliott in 15th. Yeah, there's a good look at the damage. Basically running blind. It looks like most of the damage is on the right front, but there's definitely some damage on the left front. So you can kind of look off the left front fender and still be all right. Definitely glad we're alternating through the camera angles now rather than in traffic. Kyle Larson handed out for Christopher Bell tonight. NASCAR 21 Ignition in general handed out for Christopher Bell tonight. It was the game's fault we blew a tire. I'll be completely honest with that one. Oh my goodness, this is even worse. You actually see the turns a little more than the straightaways. Straightaways are so flat because you can't see over the hood. Like there could be just like cars sitting on the track in front of us. Spotter wouldn't say anything, and I can see where the wall's at, so I know I'm running like middle of the straightaway. Can you imagine having to run a full race at Daytona like this? You know how scary that would be going these speeds, not being able to see? Oh, caution! Caution is out for the third time here tonight at Daytona. Christopher Bell going to stay out of the pits. Green flag back in the air at Daytona. Let's see if they pit after the restart this time around. We're at lap 74. Bell stayed out. He can stay out till about lap 89, if he chooses. And I think they're slow enough. They are going to be coming into the pits. So Bell's going to try to get to the outside for safety precautions here on this restart. Assuming that they are going to pit this time. Ooh, don't hit the wall. Bell's expecting everybody to pit. Most cars to pit. He's checking up off the exit of turn 4. Oh, they never pit. So much for Bell checking up. I thought for sure they were going to pit that time. David Reagan at 38th. Bubba Wallace 37th. Ricky Stenhouse back to 36th now. I wonder if those guys are for position. Not a good moment for Christopher Bell to lift, but maybe he made a lap up. Probably not. I don't know. Worth the try. Nobody else crashed out of the race, though. That is for certain. Bell's not even going to try to make another pass. I don't even think it's worth it. Bell's just going to sit at the back of this.
Be ready. Hit pit road in a few laps.
Crew chief's calling us into the pits. I don't trust that. There's no way. Lap 49 was the last we pitted. I know we can go 40 laps. If I'm doing my math correctly, that would be lap 89. So, and we've had 2 cautions since the last time we pit. This is a full race. 160 laps, 400 miles. 3 wide, a bunch of contact going on right now. Got a lot of these drivers. Bell is checking up majorly off the exit of the corner. How are they not wrecking right now? I'm not sure. We've had 3 cautions total today. We may see a 4th very soon. Bell would be down for a big one, as long as he's not collected. Really lifting out of the gas quite a bit. Some of the leaders have pulled away again. I want to see if they stay on the same routine of pitting every 40 laps. See if they're going to start pitting in about 3 or 4 laps, even if they already pitted during the caution. Yeah, Bell could go to about lap 89. Definitely saving a lot of fuel right now, that's for sure. Really, all it's going to take is one car to pull out of line to come into the pits, and that's what's going to cause the big one, in my opinion. They are almost 4 wide in the tri-oval. We are almost halfway home. Denny Hamlin still continues to lead. Ty Dillon up the second car on the wall. Turn 1 and 2. Another car is sideways. Everybody checks up majorly. Bell was on the brakes. That was almost the big one. Major checkup, major slowdown. There was another car that got sideways, but they hung on to it. I'm not sure how, but they did. Now the pack is starting to string apart a little bit more. They'll still get to sit here until it calms down even more.
Only a few laps till we pit.
I only swallowed 2 walnuts at a time to avoid choking. Welcome to the stream. What a name, indeed, yep. Recce Spinhouse cause any wrecks? No, Kyle Larson. Oh, wow, Larson's right here. Bell and Larson have gotten into each other already today. Bell's gonna turn Larson! Christopher Bell turns Kyle Larson in turn 3. Payback! Caution is out! Caution is out again. Bell will pit. Retaliation from lap 1. Larson was back to 18th. Bell will pit. And he should be able to make it a 1 more stop to the finish. Would have rather not seen a caution there, but that's one thing. If we have a guy like Austin Dillon outpoint us tonight, Larson would still have to beat us by quite a bit too. Green flag is back in the air. Bell's at the front of the field on this restart for whatever reason. He's going to pull down to the bottom lane. I really hope they all pit. Big run for Denny Hamlin on the restart, the race leader. Joey Gase is up to 5th. It's a 3-car group right now. Bell's going to pull the bottom. He's going to let his teammate go. He's all right with Denny Hamlin winning this race. And he knows that this 11 is fast. If he could cling with him in the draft, that would be ideal. 3-car breakaway. Bell's going to take control behind the 11. Hops in line in front of the 53. Well, I restarted at the front, but I'm still in 39. I don't know why. No clue. I'll take it. Keeps us out of chaos at the back of the pack. Larson spinning out there was our 5th caution of the night. And then the lead lap cars, which is Well, I'm not on the lead lap. I can guarantee you that much. Because Joey Gase is in 5th. And he's the next car behind Hamlin. So Joey Gase is at least 1 lap down in 5th. We should be only 1 lap down. Should be. But because of the game and all these cautions coming out, though, I have a feeling it's just trapping us a lap down every time a caution moves. Which should not be the case. And that's going to be so unfortunate if we finish like 4, 5, 6 laps down. We don't get a chance to get back into this, even though we should only be 1 lap down in the first place. Bell's definitely not able to keep up with Denny Hamlin right now. Going to stay in front of the 53 of Gase for the moment. I hope Larson's out of the race. I don't think he's winning after getting dumped. He was back in 18th. He was in the top 5 earlier in the race. There's another pack of cars humming right now. Led by Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, 21st, 22nd. So those guys are probably at least 2 laps down. So we're at least 3 down. At minimum. Which again, we should only be 1 lap down. Larson definitely didn't DNF. He would not be in 39th, he would be 38th. Bell should be able to make it. Just a couple more pit stops. 42 Chastain going all the way down to the apron. You guys see the plane at Christmas lights? Oh, just trying to hold his lane on the outside. I don't want to go into the middle. He's got to run on the high side. He's going to pull clear the 53 of Joey Gase. Off the exit of turn 4. I don't know why Gase checked up, but it's going to help Bell. Bell's got a pretty good run in the tri-oval now. Going to get back to the outside of the 42 of Ross Chastain. He's running at the front of a pack of cars. Oh boy, that was close. Will Joey trying to side draft the 20. Christopher Bell. Joy hops up in front of Bell now. Bell trying to block his teammate Kyle Busch. Busch in 5th. Bell starting to go backwards.
Still there. Still next to you. Still next to you. All right, hold your line.
Oh, big block by LaJoy on Blaney. He's going to stall those guys out. Bell hops to the inside of his teammate Kyle Busch, gets back around him. In line behind his guy Ryan Blaney there, 22nd. Push in the middle of 1 and 2. And Blaney's got to run to the back of Chastain in the next position. Bell pulls out of line even further on Blaney. He's trying to get around both Chastain and Blaney this time. Not going to work. Kyle Busch went with his teammate. Joy to the bottom. He's in 2nd place right now, too. I don't believe the cautions are done tonight. We've had 5 so far in the first 100 laps of this 160 lap event at Daytona. Jesus Manuel Ortiz, welcome to the stream. Another big run for Christopher Bell down the back straightaway. He'll pull to the inside. Into turn 3. He is there. Blaney going to go with him. And the momentum on the bottom lane allows Bell to get back to the front of the pack. So he is competitive in the pack with this very significant damage. Front of the pack, not so much. Imagine being at the front of the pack at Daytona without a rear view mirror. NASCAR 21 gives you that option. Actually, it doesn't even give you an option. It just tells you that's what you have to do. Joy's definitely got some good speed in that 7 car. Wonder if he's got anything for Hamlin if we get another caution. Maybe get an upset victory. Denny Hamlin won the Daytona 500 earlier this season. He finished top 10 in the second Daytona race, that 100 lap 50% race we had earlier in the season as well. Chris Buescher now battling LaJoie for second place towards the front of this pack. Not really seen any other playoff drivers towards the front of the pack that is around the cutoff line or below it. Now I see Kurt Busch. We can see what position he's in. He came in not that far above the cutoff line. Oh boy. Comes a 17 of Buescher. Bell just had to stay wide with Blaney. Kurt Busch is in 21st. Oh man, Bell had a chance to get to the bottom. Waited too long. Benedetto closed the gap.
Got one left. All right,
There's
keep your eyes
Truex.
3 wide, 2 down there. All right, hopefully you're clear.
Big run coming for Bell down the back straightaway. But Busch got quite a ways ahead of him. Got a really fast number 12 of Blaney behind him. Kurt Busch in 21st. Ryan Blaney 22nd. Benedetto 23rd. Bell to the inside of Kurt Busch. Gave him a shot, though. Kurt's going to go to the outside of the 17 now of Chris Buescher, who runs in second place. Bell's going to draft with Buescher. It's past the 1. Blaney to the inside of Kurt Busch as well. He'll make his way around. Bell not even going to try to pass the 17 car. He's going to let the second place car run and try to stay in the pack and see if they can make this a 4-car breakaway. So if Kurt Busch is in 22nd as we run, that would give him 15 points. Christopher Bell would have 1 point for his finishing position until he gets to 35th. Then it will be 2, and then 1 worth every position on forward. So if you do the math, Kurt Busch would get 15 points today. Christopher Bell would get 1, but Bell has the tiebreaker over Kurt Busch. So if Austin Dillon has fallen back, which we know he's no longer inside the top 5, if Dillon is back far enough, Bell might survive elimination with a 39th place run. That is as long as Kurt Busch does not finish 21st or better. And with Bell running right around Kurt Busch, that could dictate this big time. That was a big block for Bell on Blaney. Wants to keep the 12 car behind him. Wants to keep really every car behind him at this point. So if Kurt Busch finishes 21st or better, Bell's going to have to gain a spot to finish ahead of Busch no matter what. But Kurt Busch not having the greatest night either. Nowhere near as bad as Bell, but considering that he is 14 points below Bell, Bell could outscore him. We don't know who that one driver is that DNF'd in the race as well. Maybe it was a playoff driver, maybe it wasn't. We don't know. And we won't know until the checkered flag flies. Oh no, speed glitch. In turns 1 and 2. The game is lagging really bad right now. Really bad lag. It is. I'm glad we didn't wreck. That is the first time we've seen that speed glitch all night. And hopefully it's the last. We made it to lap 100. Oh, Bell had a really good run off the exit of turn 4. He didn't want to pass the 17, but he couldn't pass that run up either. He is down there. Kurt Busch going to go with him, so Kurt back to 21st. Bell has not cleared the 17, though, a pusher. We'll see if anybody goes to the outside with the 17. He's got nobody in front of him with that damaged car. It's like a parachute out that wind. To Benedetto on the high side. Gaming Hot Plays, welcome to the stream. Bell up to side draft to 21. That almost didn't work. Pretty close call. There's Truex in 5th. Truex cannot outscore Bell. It's too many points behind him. Kyle Larson is up to 12th after Bell had turned him earlier, and now Larson's in this pack. Or sorry, no, Larson's leading the next pack, 2.5 seconds back, but somehow he has made his way up to 12th. And with 2 short tracks in the round of 8 and the Roval, those are 3 tracks where payback could be, well, I mean, if he got what he thought was payback at Daytona tonight, I mean, he could realistically do it anywhere, but those will be 3 tracks where we could definitely see a rivalry continue. Bell going to give his teammate Truex a massive push. Look at the run Blaney had on the outside. Again, everybody will have to pit one more time to the end of this race yet. Oh, another shot to the back of Truex. Yeah, we're not pitting in a few laps. Blaney down to the bottom. Big train game on the inside. Blaney looks high on the 19 of Truex. Not going to work. Bell to the inside. Oh, Blaney just doored the 20 out of the way. That's going to slow Bell down. Oh, Bell gets into Busch. It's all out of whack there. Kurt Busch is in 22nd. Blaney still in 21st. Kurt Busch is roadblocking it. Bell's got a good run in the middle of 1 and 2. 3 cars ahead of him, pulled away just enough. Kind of stalls out. Blaney hopping out of line. He's going to try to get around the 19. Kurt Busch going to go to the outside. Bell's just going to have to go with the 1. There's too big of a run up there. Blaney hung out to dry. 21 gets out of gas, lets his affiliated teammate back in. Push to the outside there on Kurt Busch. Look at the run Bell gets off turn 4. Crossing over Kurt and his teammate Truex. Bell to the front of the pack. So again, Bell should be able to pit, and really everybody should make it a 1 more stop. The window opens up at lap 120. Flip 500, welcome to the stream, by the way. Only 9 likes so far. We've had over 20 people watching a lot here tonight, so definitely hit that like button down below if you haven't already. Smash the like button, everybody. Oh boy, that was a moment. Bell got a little loose moving across the front bumper of the 12. He found a hole, he was committed, and he wasn't second guessing himself. Oh, here comes Blaney right back again. Where did he come from? That 12 car is strong. Don't let the position in 22nd fool you. Bell down to block Kurt Busch. Busch back to 23rd. Bell hops out of line perhaps to try and get to the inside of Benedetto. Now I'll hop back in line behind him. Needs to keep Kurt outside the top 21. And then he's just got to hope Austin Dillon isn't. I guess Dillon would have to finish 18th or better, with Bell finishing 36th or worse to be able to beat him. And then Reddick would have to finish, what, top 5? Beat us by 28, roughly. Well, no, you'd have to finish top 10, 7th. Reddick would have to finish 7th or better to beat Bell. I don't think he's in the top 10 at all. I haven't seen him in a while, and I definitely haven't seen him 1 through 7. So I believe Bell has Reddick. He's got Reddick's number. Right now, we know he's got Kurt Busch's number. We know Truex can't outscore Bell, but Truex can win this race, and he's in 5th right now. Big run off turn 4 for Bell. Briefly 3 wide off the exit of turn 4 as he gets into the back of Blaney with a shot in the tri-oval. Good racing in this pack, even though it's not really for anything. Kyle Larson is somehow caught up to this pack. And he's in the 12th position. They'll give him Blaney another shot off the exit of turn 2. And there's Kyle Larson. He is coming. And he's all over the back bumper of Bell. These two do not like each other. Right? One way of putting it. Boy, big shot to Blaney. Bell just wants Blaney to go right now. Get away from Larson. Larson to the outside. Not enough of a run up there. Bell going to block him. He's going to cut down to the bottom. Bell will block again. Pro Chimp Skills, welcome to the stream. Big run off the exit of turn 2 for Bell. Hops to the inside of Ryan Blaney down the back straightaway. See if he'll be able to clear the 12 car. Well, he's clear, but he's keeping the 5 behind him. Larson has a run into turn 3. I think the 5 car is much faster than the 12, and the 12 is pretty quick. Oh boy, Larson hanging on that left rear corner panel of Bell. I don't think this is going to end well between the two. Both cars need to stay in the race at all costs. Larson in a much better position than Bell is. Larson to the outside. He's going to clear Christopher Bell, but there goes Kurt Busch with him. And Busch is up to 21st. DiBenedetto and Blaney got to try to catch Busch for position. Again, a tiebreaker goes to Bell if Busch finishes 22nd or worse. As far as the cutoff line goes, that is as long as Austin Dillon is not in the top 18. But Busch is pulling away with Larson right now. So there is definitely some racing going on, and Bell is losing Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson. Now our fuel gauge shows we're low. Again, we should be able to make it one stop. Maybe we should short pit just to be safe. I don't know.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps. We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Crew chief has been telling us to pit for a while. The fuel gauge, I just don't know. I don't know. We should be able to make it to lap 120. I don't see why we can't go 40 laps. Because we went 40 laps earlier this season at Daytona. I don't see why we can't go 40 laps. Now, we've had a lot of drafting help, too, during this run. Kurt Busch is pulling away, though, with Larson. Oh, man, Bell's swinging back and forth. Down the backstretch into turn 3 with Truex and Busch are behind him. Everybody pit during that last caution, too, and nobody's pit yet. So that's one thing to look off of as well, is everybody pit during the yellow. Oh, boy, Truex with a big run. Below the double yellow line. Bill's going to have to let him through, and he's going to let Blaney through, too, and see if Blaney can go up there and try to challenge Kurt Busch. Blaney's got a fast car to draft with as well. He'll get squeezed by DiBenedetto. Go get him, Blaney. Or DeBenedetto, one of you two. One of you two, go get Kurt Busch. We just need one of you guys to pass him. Wow, big checkup in the middle of 3 and 4. Bell gives Blaney a shot. Gives him another shot off 4. He's trying to get Blaney to go with Truex. Blaney's got a fast car. I think he's faster than Kurt. The problem is Kurt's drafted with Larson. We know Larson's faster. Blaney to the outside of Truex. Benedetto giving 20 a big shot. Oh, a little loose off turn 2. Oh, the car abruptly turned all the way down to the double yellow line. Squeezes back in front of the 17. Definitely a lot of momentum lost for Christopher Bell, and he is losing Truex and Blaney, so those two are pulling away from the pack again. Off turn 4, Bell clears the 17 of Buescher. Pack is definitely minimized. Buescher LaJoie still battling for second on the racetrack. What does the wrench mean next to my name? Oh, you're talking about in the chat. That's, yeah, people that have the wrench, the blue wrench, or are highlighted in blue, are the mods. That, considering Bell is a decent amount of laps down, too. Making it to lap 120, that's going to be less than 40 laps to the end of the race, too. So he'll for sure be able to make it then. Bell and DeBenedetto have, again, caught up to Blaney and Truex. Bell gives Blaney a shot off turn 4. Oh my goodness, he almost turned the 12. Almost turned Blaney. Oh, Truex just squeezed Bell now. Yeah, when you're saying next to my... when you said next to my name, I thought you were talking like to me personally. I was like, there's no wrench next to my name on the leaderboard. Christopher Bell, I guess. Blaney and Truex side drafting the heck out of each other. Bell goes 3 wide to the inside, passes them both off turn 4. Catching up on a stranded Quinn Howell. Kurt Busch about 7 seconds ahead of these guys. Blaney and Truex are not as fast. Because Bell's even able to keep up with the 5th place Truex. Larson would probably be a little further in the running order if Bell didn't retaliate back on him. That was Larson's fault for wrecking us lap 1, though. Problem is, I think he might get the final lap. Kurt Busch definitely has to lose one more position to the end of the race no matter what happens. No matter what happens to the end here, he's gotta lose at least one more position. Bell to the outside off turn 4 to get around Quinn Howell. Had that run with Truex. Well, window's almost open. Well, actually, it is open, considering we're at least a couple laps down. We really wanted to pit now. We're going to stay out as long as possible, though, just in case we get another caution. Why does it look foggy behind the track? Probably because it's an overcast skies. That's my guess. Overcast night. Less than 40 laps to go. The Coke Zero Sugar 400. 5 cautions so far tonight. It's been a while since the last one. Restarted at lap 81. Waiting for the field to make their final stop. Denny Hamlin currently leads. He is well above the cutoff line. Doesn't need a win to get into the next round, but a win would give him another 5 playoff points going into the round of 8. So there's an incentive there. It would also be his 4th win of the season if he can get it done. 2nd at Daytona. He won the 500 earlier in the season. I'd say that'd be the clean sweep, but we had 3 races here this season with the custom schedule instead of 2. That's about as close to a sweep as you're going to get, without actually getting it.
Bring me when you're ready. You should be low on fuel.
It looks like they dropped a cigarette and started a fire. Yeah, one of the few things that makes sense with this game, by the way. Why there would be clouds. Got thick and heavy in the nighttime. One of the few things I can actually explain with this game. The hot dog machine. That'd be Martinsville. That'd be if it was Martinsville. I was just praying that Kurt Busch loses a spot somehow. They may be pitting right now. I don't know, the leaderboard. There's all sorts of messed up there for a second. See if anybody behind Bell. Yep, we do have at least one car pitting, and that would be race leader Denny Hamlin. So race leader Denny Hamlin in the pits. Starting this set of final pit stops tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. Wish we had a big run. Oh man, where did Logano come from? Oh, we're out of gas. Bell is out of fuel. That's why Logano is coming in so fast.
Stay left. Clear.
Bell's going to have to coast it into the pits. Caution! Oh my goodness, caution is out. And it's not on Christopher Bell, our 6th caution of the race, and now we'll have our final pit stop. This is why we need telemetry in this game. Why did I run out of fuel before everybody else when everybody pit under the last caution? Oh my goodness. Saved by the bell. I mean, we were 40 laps into the run, so I guess that makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out why everybody else was able to make it. So pit stops under the yellow. Kurt Busch looks like he's in 20th in the pits at least. We'll see where he cycles coming out of the pits. Bell's at the front of the pack. Green flag back in the air. Less than 30 laps to go at Daytona. Bell still scored 39th. Impeccable timing. I still don't think Bell's going to be able to gain any more spots today, but at least keeps him alive and being able to do so. They are so slow in the restart back there. I'm really hoping they all pit this time. Bell needs all the points he can get. Now is Kurt Busch 22nd or worse in the running order? And will he finish 22nd or worse in the running order? Or will Bell somehow be able to gain any positions for points? We'll look off the exit of turn 4. Cars are pitting. A lot of the field is pitting off turn 4. Caution is out. They're wrecking into the pit lane. 7th caution of the night. Bell's going to stay out of the pits here. And he's up to 38. Green flag back in the air again at Daytona. So Bell has gained, it looked like he gained 1 spot. Now, yeah, he did. Bell has gained 1 position. But that is not a point, unfortunately, though. He needs to get to 35th to gain another point. Now we have less than 25 laps to go, considering he's multiple laps down. We're not going to know when until the white flag waves when the last lap will be. Bell's pulling away again. Will we get more cars to DNF and save Christopher Bell's season in the final 25 laps of the round of 12? And we'll see off turn 4, more cars pit with Bell pulling away. Doesn't look like it. Bell's just flat out pulling away. Nobody pit. They're 2 and 3 wide, battling back for the lead in many other positions. What are the odds if somehow Kurt Busch was the driver that... Kurt Busch or Austin Dillon at least. Preferably Kurt Busch, but no clue where Dillon's at. Wonder if Denny Hamlin is still the leader as well. Bell's definitely going to have to stay at the front of the pack. Alex Bowman back to 17th. Now up to 16th as he just passed Justin Haley. That would score him 21 points to Bell's 1. That would outscore him by 20, and he was behind Bell by 12. His pack is closing in on Christopher Bell, who's all by himself with this damaged race car. He pulled away initially. Byron, who led early on, qualifying on the front row, back to 17th. He's battling his teammate Bowman. May just try to help him to get into the next round. All 4 Hendrick cars are looking like they're in a good spot to make it. I hope Larson DNF. We know it wasn't Bowman. Really need it to be somebody below the cutoff, or below us in points. Which it's not Bowman. So it'd have to be either Larson or literally anybody else below the cutoff line. That isn't Truex. I guess Truex, as long as he doesn't win, isn't going to outpoint us. Reddick needs a 7th place finisher better to outpoint Bell. A lot of battling at the front of the pack right now. Brett Keselowski in the mix. He's battling for position with both Byron and Bowman. The pack is closed in on Bell. Bell thought about blocking Keselowski. Instead, he lets him go. Justin Haley going with him. Those guys both passing Bowman for position. Needs to hold the playoff drivers behind him in points as far back as possible. He's worried about Kurt Busch and Austin Dillon right now. Those are the 2 drivers trying to knock Bell out of the playoffs. Bell helplessly in 38. After an opening lap crash and where his rival Kyle Larson turned him down the back straightaway, he's been fighting the odds since. And with all the cautions, the game has just trapped him even more and more laps down. And now we have, from then to now, have received 7 cautions total. Will we get another before the end of the race with less than 20 to go? Santiago Kid, welcome to the stream. Denny Hamlin, race leader. Right there. Bell would like to stay in front of him so he has at least 1 more lap in case something happens. Towards the end of this race, ideally. He's going to stay down low. Hamlin is coming with a full head of steam. There's a much bigger pack that is also closing in on this 4-car group, with Bell leading the way in this 4-car group. Those Two cars of Brad Keselowski and Justin Haley continue to pull away as the Joe Gibbs teammates run single file of Bell and Hamlin. Hamlin finally going to cross Bell over to the inside. He's just got too much speed. More cars coming up from behind. Contact! Bell gets into the side of Hamlin. What a save by Bell. He had to use the wall to save himself. And he falls in line between Harvick and Suarez. Oh, BJ McLeod in 10. Oh my goodness. Larson in 11th. He's closing in on Bell again. One less lap to the end of the race with Hamlin getting around Bell. At least for Bell's sake. Larson just passed McLeod after getting dumped by Bell after Larson dumped Bell on lap 1. Larson has rallied back inside the top 10. Chase Elliott in 11th. Larson all by himself. Bell pulls up the block. Larson going to pull out a line down the back straightaway. He's going to try to get around Christopher Bell. Bell! Oh, he tried to dump Larson and backfired. Oh, no. Right in front of the pack. Caution's out. Caution's out. That did not go according to plan. Our 8th of the race. Desperate times, call for desperate measures. Bell tried to get at Larson one extra time. It did not work out in Bell's favor. Heavy damage to the 20. He's going to have to pit for full repairs. And another late race yellow. We're still in it. Caught in 4K. Oh my goodness. Got my hand caught in the cookie jar. That was me trying to pull a Harvick. I got retaliation on Larson, but I figured, you know, if we can wreck Larson out of the race, I think we'll make it to the next round. And this race is not over yet. We're about to have another nutty restart. That has dropped Bell back another position. He's back to 39th again. Oh.
Middle of 3. Bring him to us this lap. One left. Middle of 3.
Try not to alternate through the camera angles that many times.
Rewind. You're up top. Got one. All clear. All clear.
Pack is slowing down quite a bit. We'll see if they pit after this caution. Or after, well, just a couple laps after the restart. Bell's blowing by cars. He's going to stay to the outside. He's back to 38th. Quinn Halfa's for position. So, Quinn Halfa's for position for Christopher Bell. Bell going to stay to the outside, assuming a lot of these cars in front of him may pit. Look at him go. 3 wide. To the top. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall, and he's into Haley, and around goes Bell again. Spinning like a top in the tri-oval. We get another yellow. Our 9th of the day. Things are just getting ugly for Christopher Bell. Like that crunch sound after we click the pit. Yeah, he's behind us in the pits too. Yeah, because we qualified right next to one another. That's probably why. More repairs to the 20 of Bell. Oh my gosh. The waning moments of the season for Bell. Well, I told you guys it may be chaotic, and I think it has lived up to the hype. I like how he says we just got caught passing under the yellow. That obviously didn't. Oh my goodness, the game did that. The game just turned me left straight into the 62. Oh, Gregson in 9th. Going 3 wide to the top again. See if we can get around Howe for position somewhere up here another time. There's Austin Dillon in 21st. Dillon has to finish 18th or better to beat Bell. Bell is up to 30. How did Howe get up to 36? Oh, well. Well, it looks like we lost another lap under the caution. Bell back to 39. So where is Kurt Busch? Kurt Busch and Tyler Reddick are the only other 2 drivers that we need to know where they are at. Right now, Austin Dillon is outside the top 20. He will not make it to the next round of the playoffs. So Dillon will not make it. And I don't think Reddick is in the top 7. Really it's where's Kurt Busch? Because Dillon's in 20th. Chase Elliott is back to 21st. Kurt Busch at one point was 21st, but I don't think he is anymore. Larson's back to 14th after the restart. Not sure where the 48's at. Not sure what lap will be the last as well. We have not gotten the white flag yet. Bell's being put 3 wide in the tri-oval, and he's in the middle. Oh, David Reagan! No! David Reagan just dumped the 20. Around goes Austin Dillon. Timmy Hill involved. A 5-car crash going into turn 1, our 9th caution of the race. And I would believe this is going to be the one to force overtime. We are going to overtime. David Reagan just dumped the 20 of Bell. We don't need any more randomization of the running order. I think we're all right now. Every caution we have had late in this race has just hurt us more and more. I think. John, welcome to the stream. It's just only adding to the suspense. What a sloppy finish to this race. Like actual Daytona race. And Bell's at the front of the pack again. Green flag back in the air. He's definitely going to end up finishing 39th. I don't know who's out of the race, but he definitely can't gain any spots. And here we go for another restart. 2 laps to go at Daytona. Overtime. Following the 9th caution of the race. Bell pulling away from the pack. I might have 3 laps only because Hamlin's well behind us right now. No clue where Kurt Busch is at. Bell's backing up. Bell is backing up off the exit of turn 4. Desperate times call for desperate measures. He's going to let the field pass him here. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. He's going to try to find where Kurt Busch is at. Not going to wreck him, but I'm going to try to hold him up. 48th and 15th. He's not even worth holding up at this point. This is dangerous going backwards in the pack like this. Final lap, half a lap to go for Denny Hamlin to try and win his 2nd race at Daytona. All these guys getting around. Hamlin's still stuck behind the 20 of Bell. There's Kurt Busch. He's in 16th. Kurt's in 16th. Oh, no. Big wreck. Turn 3 of the final lap in front of the leader, Hamlin. Caution's out again. Oh, my. Another yellow, our 10th of the race. I wasn't trying to wreck him. I was trying to hold him up, and then he got into our left rear. Why are we restarting again? Caution came out in the final lap. Caution came out on the final lap, and we still have another restart. What is going on? The race should be over. Should be. This game is all sorts of broken. Exposed tonight. Well, that was the biggest big one we've seen tonight. We haven't really had, like, the massive one, and that was definitely it on the final lap. Race, I'm not even backing up anymore. It's It's not even worth it. We're just going to get wrecked again. I mean, it would end the race in any other video game, any other circumstance, yes, but we still haven't gotten the white flag. It's saying lap 153 of 166. Like, I still have not gotten the white flag. We're in overtime. We were on the final lap the last time. We're just running laps at this point. We have no clue when the checkered flag's going to wave. Oh, there it is. I guess we're running 3 laps. Bell, who has had more speed, wrecked out of the car. And the pack has caught him off the exit of turn 2. That should have been the checkered flag should have waved. We shouldn't have even had another restart after the 10th yellow of the race. Half a lap to go for Denny Hamlin. Seems like he is going to survive everything tonight and go on to win his 4th race of the year, 2nd at Daytona. And we saw Kurt Busch at 16th, and I just don't think it's going to be likely that Christopher Bell will make it into the next round. After just a shocking race here tonight at Daytona. The race is over. Denny Hamlin has won. Everybody else still battling for position. Oh, no. And they're wrecking after the checkered flag. And the race is over. Okay, oh, whatever. Race is over now. I don't know what was going on. Well, Tyler Reddick finished last. He was the only driver to DNF. Bell finished 7 laps down. We should have only finished 1 lap down. But the game trapped us 7 down for whatever reason. Well, we beat Reddick. Truex didn't win. Denny Hamlin is the winner. Moment of truth. Austin Dillon 20th. We have him beat, but I'm pretty sure Kurt Busch at 16th is gonna beat us tonight. I'll tally the points up just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure we're the first driver below the cutoff line. Because if I was doing my math correctly, Kurt had to finish 21st or better. So I'm thinking he beat us by 5 points. Kurt was wrecked, but I don't think he sustained damage. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think any of the AI sustained damage under wrecks, unless the AI caused the wrecks. I feel like if it's a caution you're involved in, they don't actually sustain damage. Again, doesn't make any sense. But take a look at the top 10. Denny Hamlin again with the win. Chris Buescher 2nd. Corey LaJoie 3rd. Joey Gase 4th. Martin Truex Jr. rounds out the top 5. Eric Jones 6th. Bill Gregson 7th. Cody Ware 8th. Ty Dillon 9th. And Justin Haley rounds out the top 10. Other playoff drivers would include Kyle Busch at 11th. Kyle Larson at 12th. Again, Kurt Busch 16th. Kevin Harvick 18th. Austin Dillon 20th. Chase Elliott 21st. William Byron, who's already advanced to the next round with a win at Michigan, 30th. Christopher Bell, our driver, 39th, and Tyler Reddick last at 40th. We're the round of 12 drivers outside the top 10. I take a picture of the finishing results here so I can get the points. And stay tuned for the next 5 to 10 minutes just to double check all the point totals and make sure that everything is accurate. But I am almost certain that Christopher Bell is eliminated from the playoffs. No, Truex probably won't advance because he didn't even beat us. There was no way he could have outpointed us today, and we would have to be in front of him. 48 car finished in 15th. Alrighty, yeah, stay tuned. I'll still be looking at the chat on my phone. I'll end the race. Insane. Bug ignition. Yeah. Yeah, the game definitely cost us. Larson costed us on lap 1, yes, but the game trapping us that many laps down should not have happened. Like, we should have been 1 lap down, not 7. But everybody, there were other cars that were 1 lap down too, so we would have been able to race those guys, and then all the lead lap cars would have been able to race the lead lap cars. Like, the finishing order completely randomized once the scoring gets messed up once, let alone getting messed up enough for us to go 7 laps down. We had 10. We had 10 cautions in the race today, and we finished 7 laps down, so we lost 6 laps under cautions at some point in this race. Didn't make any sense at all, but whatever. It is what it is. So Hamlin with the win definitely advances. Don't even have to put his points in. Kyle Busch gets 26. So Kyle Busch definitely advances. Kind of figured that. Kyle Larson going to get 25 points for his finishing position. Bell gets 1. Reddick gets 1. Whoop, whoop. Opened up a file by accident. What race am I doing next? Well, if I'm eliminated from the playoffs, the next race was supposed to be Martinsville, but I'm not going to continue with this season on this crappy game. I wanted to finish it out. We'll have more. I'll continue the career mode, but I don't plan on finishing this custom schedule season. There's no incentive to do it. I really don't feel like running 4 full races on this game that I don't have to. If it was a better game, I would consider it. But Quinn Howe, I don't know. He finished like 35th or 36th. I know Tyler Reddick finished last. See, Bowman. So Alex Bowman would have finished 15th, right? Yep, 15th. Which would give him 22 points. Busch gets 21 points. Austin Dillon gets 17. I'm trying to figure out how Dillon beat us. If I do my math right. Oh, no, never mind. He didn't beat us. Never mind. Looks like he tied. I still did my math wrong. I was thinking he had to finish 18th. He finished 20th. Dillon tied us. We do have the tiebreaker over Dillon with a second place finish in the round, though. So even though Austin Dillon, tied us in this round, Still had us beat. Kevin Harvick gets 19 points. Chase Elliott gets 16. Kind of live streams I'll do next. I will live stream career mode episodes on this game from time to time, but I will save most of those for being premieres still going forward, as we'll gradually make our way through that. We're going to go back to NASCAR Chase for the Cup. Finish that season up. We only have 9 races to go. We're in the Chase, and it's a pretty tight points battle from where we left off. So we'll be live streaming that still this off season. More career mode episodes. I might even live stream some career mode episodes of World of Outlaw Sprint Car Racing 2002. We'll do some other stuff, but we'll still have NASCAR 21 Ignition too. Just with finishing this season up, just means that we'll start to go back to other games as well, mixing it in more during the week than only NASCAR 21 Ignition. Oh, I missed True. Where did Truex finish? Oh, that's right, 5th. Completely forgot to put his points in. Yeah, Truex was only 4 points behind us. Which, again, if he would have finished second, he wouldn't have been able to. He would have been 1 point behind us still, even if he finished second. So he would have had to have won to beat us at least. But we weren't even didn't look like we made it. Still tallying the points up. So thank you for all you guys being patient. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content currently. So the next, I'm not live streaming tomorrow night, but because the game was still having that speed glitch yesterday when I tried to record a career mode episode, I couldn't actually get it recorded. So I think I'm just going to have a premiere tomorrow night of World of Outlaw Sprint Car Racing. Means I have career mode episodes. I still think one of them will go out on the channel tonight. One of them will be uploaded tonight. And then I'll probably premiere the next episode tomorrow. And I'll premiere it at, we'll go 6 o'clock. That's kind of our regular time. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, I'll premiere the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Racing video game. But I wasn't going to live stream tomorrow regardless if the season would have continued. I would have had to take tomorrow off. Got to watch that Michigan game. Big Ten Championship. And have to work during the day. So is Bell in or out? Mikey boy, welcome to the stream. First and foremost, Bell is out. Bell has the tiebreaker over Austin Dillon. But I'll organize it for you guys and show you guys the full standings. I'm still in the process of doing that. I was really hoping I could, I don't lose championships too often on this channel. And, NASCAR 21 Ignition says otherwise. We still got the career mode. We're dominating the career mode. The custom schedule seasons where all of our bad luck's going. The career mode, we're having pretty good runs. Got 5 wins right now in 8 races. Still doing full races over there, too. Game screwed you. Oh, I know it. I know it. We shouldn't have finished 7 laps down. We should have been 1 lap down, but every caution that came out, we kept getting trapped another lap down. And we had nobody on the same lap as us. You saw at the end of the race, we were 7 laps down. Nobody was even 6 laps down. Or everybody else was at least 6 laps down or less. Like, so we were just trapped in 39th. At one point, we were racing Hal for 38th. I don't know how he got an extra lap back, but I guess he ended up getting another lap back during a caution, or we dropped back that he didn't. But whatever the case, I mean, we somehow lost a lap on him. Not that that would have mattered. Still would have missed. Heat 5 failed you. Yeah. Yeah, the Xfinity Series season. Xfinity Series rookie season. Yeah, we could have won Texas, but the game didn't pit us under green, and we ended up finishing second, and we ended up eventually missing the championship 4 by 7 points. But if we would have won, we would have been in. So, yeah, I've been screwed before between NASCAR Heat 5 and NASCAR 21 Ignition. This isn't the first time that current NASCAR games have screwed me over, for sure. And we'll eventually do career mode or online lobbies with this game eventually. I still want to get the private lobbies before I do that. Hopefully we get them. This time I will go on NASCAR 21 Ignition. I think I'll still live stream the Talladega career mode episode. Honestly, I could get the Richmond episode uploaded probably Sunday. Between Sunday and Monday. So we could probably shoot for either Sunday or Monday will be the next NASCAR 21 Ignition live stream. It'll be Talladega Geico 500 career mode. I just don't know exactly which one of those 2 days as of right now. So keep an eye out in the community tab. I'll keep you guys updated. I didn't post anything today because we were able to obviously get this race in. There were no issues when I got home. Okay, I keep getting sidetracked. Sorry. Well, I guess Kyle Larson gets the last laugh in the rivalry. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have tried to wreck him that extra time. I don't think that that's the reason why we got knocked out. I think Kurt Busch was still inside the top 20, but if somehow that might have gained him a couple more positions, then that would have really, really backfired. I was just hoping to knock Larson out of the race is what I was hoping to accomplish there. As long as Larson didn't beat us by 11, well, I guess we had the tiebreaker again over everybody, so we would have, I mean, if he would have finished 11 positions ahead of us, we still would have beaten him. So I was hoping I'd wreck him out, but obviously I turned myself into the wall. I tried to pull Harvick, and just like with Harvick, it backfires. So even in a video game, you try to just wreck somebody that, yeah, he deserved it earlier in the race, and I did get him back, but I tried to one-up him instead of just keeping even like I always do. I usually keep it even, but no, I actually tried to just wreck somebody just to wreck somebody because I knew the game put me in a tough spot, and I couldn't handle the pressure with a couple laps to go, and that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't do that. I do it once, it backfires. Larson with no wins advances. Bell with 6 wins doesn't. Crazy. We were the number 2 seed, and we missed the round of 8. Definitely a shocking elimination. 48. Byron is season 1 custom scheduled champ. I think we're just gonna give the custom scheduled championship to Denny Hamlin. I still plan on doing another season I just don't know when I'm going to start it exactly. I'll probably start it when next NASCAR season starts up. So right around the Daytona 500. I will do another season, kind of like we did here. But I'm going to be my favorite driver, Ryan Blaney. So we will have a chance to redemptify ourselves. And we'll be doing the actual schedule for that one. So no custom schedule that time. So, and those will all be live streamed too when that season starts. So, again, plenty more live streams of this coming up. Obviously, career modes, most of them will be premiered, but some live streams in between here and there. The bigger races will be live streamed for the career mode, like Talladega, so go look out for that. I'm almost done getting the points, guys. I mean, I got the points. I'm just trying to organize everything and making sure it's all in order before I show you guys. Well, that meant running the rest of that race at Homestead ultimately meant nothing last night if we ended up missing anyway. It was worth it at the time. Just not by the end. Not by the end of the race. Just crazy. We wrecked Kyle Larson. He still was able to finish 12th. And not only finished 12th, but he finishes 13 points above the cutoff line. He gained points on the cutoff line today. Came in +3, finishes +13. After we turned him. After he turned us, obviously. But the first time we wrecked him, it was deserved. The second time I tried to wreck him, I just wrecked myself. Pardon my language, but it did bitch slap me back into the outside walls. Essentially, what it did when I tried to. Essentially, I went down the track trying to wreck him, and instead of him going right, I just turned myself into the wall, middle of the straightaway, just smacked me in the opposite direction. Kyle Busch is 52 points above the cutoff line. On points, he was more than a race ahead of the cutoff line. All right, here is the points, ladies and gentlemen. Just got to crop the image and go full screen with it like we did last night. I didn't put the playoff points in there trying to save some time. I'll leave the points coming into the night on there. I'll just add the other one as well. All right, well, there we go. Again, the playoff points are not actually on here. Expand the screen. So there it is. There's the points. Kyle Busch, 52 points above the cutoff line, over a race worth of points ahead. Denny Hamlin, William Byron in on wins in the round. Hamlin won today at Daytona. He was well above the cutoff line. He would have made it on points. Actually, considering he finished well above Busch and he was a couple of points ahead of Busch coming into the day, and Denny Hamlin would have actually been even further than 52 points to good if he didn't win. William Byron, That's the difference. If you really think about it, Byron finished 30th today, and then he finished last yesterday. If William Byron didn't win at Michigan, we'd actually be in the next round of the playoffs. I didn't even think about that. We would have had more points on him. Because he would have only outscored us by 7 points today. Five at Michigan. That's 12. We would have outscored him by 4 at Homestead. So by 8, he would have outscored us by 8 points in the round. But we had 30 playoff points and he's got 17. So we would have beaten Byron by 5 points. If Byron didn't win at Michigan, we would have beaten Byron by 5 points. I didn't even think about that, considering he DNF'd again. Well, he didn't DNF tonight, but he finished 30th. So if William Byron didn't win at Michigan, we'd be in. Even with all the chaos tonight and at Homestead last night that we tried to survive and just couldn't. And a second place finish at Michigan. But yeah, further down to the cutoff line, Kurt Busch, last driver that made it in on points. 6 points to the good over Christopher Bell and Austin Dillon. Bell had the tiebreaker over Dillon with that second place finish in the round at Michigan. The tiebreaker is the best finish in the round. No consistency in this. Well, there is some consistency. There isn't any no consistency. All you need to do is win and still advance. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't a win and you're in, we would have made it. Barely. We would have made it by 5 points, but Boss Brody, welcome to the stream. He just tuned in just to find out we missed. But yeah, Bowman only by 9, Larson by 13, Harvick by 19, Elliott by 22. Then again, Kyle Busch by 52. So Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, first 2 drivers below the cutoff line at -6. Martin Truex Jr. -10. Valiant effort getting the top 5 tonight, just shy. And then -32 for Reddick. He finished last tonight with a DNF. The only driver that failed to finish. So we're going to crown Denny Hamlin the custom schedule season champion. He won his 4th race of the season tonight. He would have had 35 playoff points, which would have been more than anybody else going into the next round. On top of that, he was the regular season champion as well. I think we have to give Denny Hamlin the championship, being we are not going to run the final 4 races with being eliminated here. So Denny Hamlin will be the custom schedule season champion for NASCAR 21 Ignition. If I had an applause like button, then I would press it. So round of applause for Denny Hamlin. At least Joe Gibbs Racing won. I mean, at least our teammate won the championship at all costs. And 2 of them made it to the round of 8. So Kyle Busch probably would have made it to the round of 4. He was on a hot streak, but Hamlin had the season consistency, so we'll give it to Denny Hamlin. Technically, you could take out the win and you're in thing, and you would be in, so let's do that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going by the actual points format. Even though there's no stages. There's no stage points involved in this, which makes me having 30 playoff points even worse. Because there's no stages. Because we would have lost more points if there was... Well, we would have had a lot more points at Michigan, but we would have lost more points tonight at Homestead at the same time, too. So it's kind of like maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but... Yeah, Denny Hamlin wins his first career championship, and it comes on the custom schedule season. See, Denny could win a title. He just needs to run in a NASCAR series that is sanctioned under my name. And he will... My name and NASCAR 21 Ignition as well as where Denny Hamlin will win. But again, we'll still have career mode stuff on the channel. Next career mode live stream is going to be the Geico 500 at Talladega this weekend. It will either be Sunday or Monday. Not sure as of now. It's just going to depend on when I can get that Richmond career mode race recorded and uploaded to the channel. I probably won't premiere that one then. I planned on it, but because I couldn't record it yesterday because of the game was still crashing on me like it did on Wednesday night, I was not able to record it, so therefore I have to record it my next day off, which isn't until Sunday. So if I do record it Sunday, it'll probably be like Sunday morning as soon as I get up, and then I have to edit it and then upload it, and however long it takes to upload after that. So it's probably going to be Monday if I had to guess. Monday, and whatever day it'll be, it would be at 6 p.m. Whether it's Sunday or Monday, but plan on it being on Monday right now. As far as other stuff on the channel, career mode episode will be uploaded tonight of World of Outlaw Sprint Car Racing 2002. It'll be a nice video. Career mode part 3. Unlocked Eldora and Dirt Bristol. So I got to run at both of those racetracks on the career mode. Yes, Dirt Bristol in 2002. World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series game in 2002 on Dirt Bristol. What a time to be alive. So there's that. Again, career mode at Richmond will be uploaded on Sunday for sure. It'll just be uploaded, no premiere. And premiere also tomorrow night. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Premiere of career mode part 4 of the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series video game. So that is the slate for this weekend again on the channel. Kind of confusing, but hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss any of those uploads or premieres. And NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 will be coming back soon. No timeable return exactly for when that will take place, but it will be very soon. Definitely want to finish those last 9 races before the next season. I want to get those custom schedule seasons done. So you thought this custom schedule season was crazy? It was crazy, but just wait till the custom schedule seasons in every series for NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. That will be even crazier. There's a bunch of fantasy track road courses on that game. The crashes in that game are more realistic, but at the same time, they're still big at times. It's just NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005. That's all I gotta say. It's a fun game. But 9 races left of that season into the chase. All those will be live streamed, likely. And then, yeah, okay. That's all I have. Thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. Thanks for watching all the races this season. We have had a lot of newcomers to the channel during this custom schedule season, so I'd like to thank you guys for that. It's been a great season. We still got another one, as well as 4 career mode seasons left to finish up with this game. So we are not done with this game, but we are putting the season to a close tonight for the custom schedule going forward. So thanks, everybody. Catch you next time.